We are so excited to almost be in the market for 3 years. That's right. Skratch launched in 2016 in June, and we are approaching the 3-year mark, and it's really exciting. So many teens are working, and a few fun facts about the app, which we think you'll appreciate, is that we've had over 14,000 downloads, and we have about 10,000 users. So it's really exciting. Um, Sponsors are booking gigs repeatedly, and 55% of our users are repeat users. So it's great. Once users discover that that a teen has a skill, they typically hire they're typically so impressed with the teen that they rehire them, often for a task that they weren't hired for. So it's been really fun to discover how teens can help families in their communities and help businesses. So why was this created? Where did this come from? Who created the app? It was created by two guys who were dads, and they had the same problem basically. They wanted their teens to work. Their teens wanted to work because they wanted more stuff, which as parents, we can appreciate that. It's fun to shovel out the money to our children, and I'm sure each of us want nothing more than to give our teens all that they deserve, but it comes a time when they need to actually do their share. So Skratch came at a very timely opportunity for these families. They were looking for part-time work, but there wasn't time or hours during those hectic high school schedules. I mean, I think all of you realize this, that as a mother, my teens they're strapped to get their volunteer hours in, to do their homework, and to balance all their extracurricular activities. And so many of the moms that I talk to typically tell me that their teens don't have time to work. And so therefore, they're not asking them to work. They're not telling them that they should go out there and get a job. When in reality, they worked as teens and their spouses worked as teens. So it's interesting. We're in a different time now. We're raising kids in a time when work it's not what everybody's pushing. So how do we get our teens the experience that they need? How do we send them out into college prepared for the real world? So first of all, to work on Skratch, you have to be 14. You can work 14 through your 19th year, and Skratch adheres to all the standards of the US labor laws that govern minors. So definitely, teens aren't supposed to work for a certain number of hours a week. There's limits on that. And so we are very mindful of all of those laws. I want to show you quickly how to book a gig in under 3 minutes. It's really easy. You simply open up the app, and once you register, which takes about 5 minutes, you'll need to put a credit card in because the team that you hired is paid through the app. So they show up, they do their gig, and then they leave, and then they're paid. So there's no exchange of cash, there's no exchange of credit card, there's no bartering for how much the teen is going to make for the work that they're doing and for the time that they're there. It's all streamlined into the process here. So we're going to hire someone to come help us with some spring cleaning because spring is here and there's lots to do. So we're going to hire a family assistant. And so this right here is what the app looks like inside. There's plenty of prompts here that will tell you what you need to know and what you can expect. For Skratch, someone 18 or over always has to be present during the duration of the gig. And the teen is not allowed to drive. So you have to post a gig that enables the teen to either come to your house or your place of business without the expectation that the teen will be driving for you. So we're going to create a gig. And what's neat about Skratch today, as opposed to where we were a couple of years ago, you can now select a teen in a group. So if you are a member of a youth organization, your youth group, or your church, or your synagogue, your temple, your mosque, you can have your own group on Skratch. And we'll just open it up for you, free of charge. We will connect you to your own teens. So let's take, for example, First United Methodist Church in Richardson. they have partnered with us, and their teens are working hard and saving for their mission trips in the summer. So their members like to hire their teens, and they do that by opting into their group and then selecting to send their gig directly to the teens in that group. So I can choose if I would like to send my gig to someone in the church, or if I want to send them to just the general neighborhood, because the neighborhood includes all teens on Skratch within your 5 to 7 mile radius of your location. And so we're going to hire a family assistant to help me in my home for 2 hours this weekend. And I'm going to give instructions. We have a big cleanup job in our playroom. So we are actually getting rid of all of our toddler toys, and we are going to donate them this weekend. And I'm going to have a teen come over and help me with that project so we can get organized and get ready for summer. The app is great in that it'll tell me all the teens that I've hired before, and it'll also recommend teens who have opted in for these skills, which is super fun because I can decide if I want to send a gig to Miranda, who's worked for me before, and I know she's done a great job. And I can see that because there's 5 stars by her name, so I understand how she's rated. It's fun to be able to click on to each of the teens and look up and read about their bios and why they're working and where they go to school. Like this one is a 9th grader at J.J. Pierce who enjoys technology, fishing, playing video games and sports. He plays football and track and field and wrestling. So I know off the bat that I'm getting a great teen who's engaged, interested in lots of different things, and could really serve to be a positive influence on my kids. So we're going to choose our teen, and then you're going to apply a promo code. Every gig you book on Skratch is going to be summarized right here on the last page, and you're going to be able to see on the last screen, you're going to be able to see what time the teen is coming, how many hours they're working, how many teens you've hired, and the total charge. And we're going to post the gig. So it really takes under 2 minutes to get a little extra help on the weekends, and then you have the option to add it to your calendar, which if you're like me, you need to add everything to your calendar. So we've shared some fun facts. We've hired a teen. We have talked about how the app began and why it began, and we hope you've enjoyed hearing a little bit more about the technology, and we hope you'll download and register and book a teen this year. There's plenty of them out there, and if you need some ideas, just text us, message us. There's plenty of spring cleaning and closet organizing to do, and we look forward to helping you.